Chairman.
Gentleman from Illinois.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Secretary Geithner, on page 2, paragraph 5, line 4, and Chairman Bernanke on page 2, line 3 of your respective testimonies, you state that 401k plans and presumably IRAs purchased insurance from AIG. Is that correct? Is that correct?
Yes.
And the purpose of the insurance was so that the value would not fall precipitously. Is that correct?
Correct.
So they bought insurance, and because of the bailout, their retirement plans did not get cut in half. Is that correct?
They avoided the losses that...
That's right.
Yes,
what about the rest of the Americans? What about the rest of the Americans who lost half of their savings in retirement plans, plus had to put up $40 billion so other people could be made whole because they bought insurance at AIG? Does that seem fair?
Most of that decline has occurred since Lehman Brothers failed in September. If we had been able to avoid the failure of Lehman Brothers, it wouldn't have fallen as much.
Wait a second. Most Americans have lost 40 to 50% of their IRAs and retirement plans. And in addition to that, they've had to spend $40 billion in order to honor the insurance plan of AIG so that the people who bought insurance with them wouldn't lose any of their retirement plans. Isn't that correct?
These are loans which we expect to get paid back.
Congressman, could I try?
I think that's an improper answer. The American people have lost 40 to 50% of their retirement plans.
The purpose of the action we took with AIG, as I discussed in some detail in my testimony, was not to help any specific counterparty.
But you did.
But to address,
you did. That's what happened.
It's unavoidable. We're trying to address the entire financial
No, I understand that you did not address the entire issue because most Americans have still lost 40 to 50% of their retirement
and we're working
plans.
hard to get
Mr. Chairman, the rules are that we get to talk whenever we want. That's the rules.
Sorry.
Gentleman from Illinois.
And they are paying $40 billion so that other people don't lose any of their retirement plan. That's what your testimony says. And that's what happened, isn't it?
Congressman, those losses to the American people.
Give me a yes or a no, please.
Far greater.
No, did the people who took out, I'm asking the questions. Did the people who took out insurance with AIG to insure their retirement plans get reimbursed 100% so they suffered very little loss? Yes or no?
It depends on the nature of those specific contracts. It depends on the nature of those contracts. But what the critical thing is, the damage to the average American pension fund.
No, you did not answer the question. The average American person has already lost 40 to 50% of their insurance plans.
Gentleman withhold. I would ask the people in that second row to stop the gesturing and the conversations. People are here to listen. Conversations are going on. They will end, and if there was any further disruption, I would ask the officers, without any further intervention, to simply escort people out. Please continue.
Thank you. The American people have lost 40 to 50% of their retirement plans, IRAs and 401ks. But people with retirement plans that bought insurance from AIG did not suffer that loss. Isn't that correct?
If I could just add and make one point here.
Oh, can't anybody say yes or no?
If I could make one, can I make one point?
If you give me a yes or no.
The insurance was on the stable value funds. If the investors in the stable value funds had taken losses in the AIG case, this would have destabilized stable value funds broadly.
But the answer is yes, isn't it?
Broadly throughout the U.S. economy.
The American people paid $40 billion so people with retirement plans that had insurance with AIG did not have to lose. Isn't that correct?
They lent $40 billion to avoid a catastrophic collapse of the financial system.
Can you give me a yes or no? Anybody there, please.
You said it was the purpose. That was not the purpose.
I've got 14% unemployment back home. We could lose lots of factories. People are desperate. Half the people have lost half their retirement, or most have lost half their retirement, and not one of you three can give me a yes on that answer, or no.
Because it's a poorly posed question.
Well, then it's poorly written in your statements. The question is very simple. Maybe I should make a statement that American people had to bail out AIG so that they could honor the insurance plans with people who bought insurance on their retirement plans. But most Americans still lost 40 to 50% of their their retirement plans.
If we had not made that action, they would have lost 70%.
AIG people have lost 70%?
No, the American people.
Oh, well, thank you for that correction. That makes them feel even better. But the point here is that American people had to pay $40 billion in order to make sure that people at AIG got 100% of their retirement plan, and that's why American people are really upset.
The gentleman from Massachusetts.